start with, track's wet.
As you may have heard, track is wet. Welcome everyone to round 5 of Octane Online Racing. I know Malik will want me to get that one right. Yes, qualifying is unfortunately wet. We're going to go straight onto my qualifying lap. I struggle in the wet, something serious. It is my Achilles heel. We got some practice racing in the wet as well, and I was very slow, unfortunately, very, very slow. Nostalgic Meep, who we've got a little bit of a rivalry going with, wanted it to be raining, so he's kind of got his wish. The race isn't going to be wet, but he is quick in the wet, so he has a very good qualifying pace. But we're going to have a look at this lap anyway. This bit gave me a bit of trouble. Only in the wet, I'm okay in the dry, but this particular corner gave me a bit of trouble. This particular corner here, I'm not 100% sure how to take. It's eluded me a little bit. I think you probably have to come out a little further. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here at the moment. Anyway, didn't know whether to take that. Oh, geez, that was a bit squirrely, wasn't it? I didn't know whether to take that through there in third or fourth. Third was more stable, but 4 felt faster, and only shifting down 2 gears from 6th. So, don't know. Couldn't decide. I think I ended up going third and just being a bit more stable, but potentially a bit slower through there. This little sort of left-right also gave me a bit of problems, but I discovered in practice that you jump the curb, and I seem to be okay through there. So, all in all, it's an okay lap. You know, it's clean-ish. I wasn't really all that happy with it, if I'm being completely honest with myself, but we're going to come across the line in whatever the time says. If you've watched my videos, you'll know I can't read that. I got no idea. But it does put us in 8th for the moment, as you can see there. Elusive right at the top. Just a godly speed in the wet, and I've seen him post a much quicker time than that in time trials of a 1:16. I think he was faster than some of the tier 1 boys. But you can see through here I'm just struggling. This is all just footage of me struggling in the wet. So I've got actually a bit of an anecdotal racing story to share. Back in the good old days of the PlayStation, or was it the Xbox? No, the PlayStation. Gran Turismo 3. My dad and I used to race each other. Me in a Nissan Skyline V-Spec something or other. It was done up. It was a Nismo something or other, and he would race in an NSX Honda. And I don't remember what the track was, but we did a 44 lap race. And I was obviously ahead of him because I'm better at games than he is. And he caught up finally. I think it was the second to last race he caught up. And then down the pit straight, he was congratulating himself because he was about to cross the line and beat me after 44 laps. And then he does just what I've just done. That was perfect timing. So I always make fun of him for it, but now no more. That is going to have to stop, I think, because I've just done the same bloody thing. So, yeah, again, just the wet being the wet. So there you go, Elusive Brado, Nostalgic in third. I told you he was going to be good, but we're down in 10th. Mushu is going to take a penalty, a 5 grid penalty for something that I think probably should have been overturned, and I think everyone in chat at the time agreed, but there wasn't a whole lot we could do about it.
To seeing what you can do in today's race. Good luck.
Thanks, Jeff. So, yeah, it's going to be a 33-lap race. We're going for the 2-stop. I didn't really think about strategy at the time. In hindsight, probably could have gone softs, medium, softs. Although this race is a bit of a funny one. So, that's going to be the strategy. As you can see, here we go. Mushu's in front of us here. We're going to have 5 red lights. And away we go. It's a pretty good start. I thought I can get around Cresty, and then fucking just Illuminati shit happening there from Mushu. So, yeah, again. So, yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, that happened. Honestly, it was my fault. I can't blame anyone there. I could say I caught the grass, and that's sort of swung me outwards. But in all honesty, I'm just braking too late. I'm trying to brake at racing pace when really the first lap needs to be a bit calmer than that. So I'd put my hand up wholeheartedly. just how it is. I need to be more careful in future, particularly for Monaco. As we see Dan Man go off, it's just absolute carnage there through there with Cresty in front of us now, and I think that's Eunice as well. Yep, and we almost ran up the back of Cresty there. That was a little bit nail biting. But he's going to go a little wide there, so
Okay, take it easy on the
I'm going to
car.
take that.
We can't sustain this level of damage.
Yeah, we had front wing damage, as you may have seen there. It was orange, so it was potentially worth pitting in for. You'll see here Mushu does pit as well. I think he got some wing damage too, but I decided to stay out. I think this was still the correct call, if I'm being perfectly honest. I managed to sort of keep a relatively okay pace on the softs, and I think it was the best call. Yeah, as we see there, Mushu dives into the pits, and now we're going to go try and chase down Eunice, and we've got Oswegian, who is just putting the pressure on me from behind all throughout the first stint of the race. I was very aware of him and very keen to keep him behind me as well. So yes, it was a bit nerve-wracking for a while there. He does have a bit of a look here, but he goes wide. And I've just managed to had to back off the accelerator just ever so slightly, but we take the position back. And you see coming on to the next clip here, we have Hyped Up right behind us. If he gets a good run out of the corner, which as you can see on the minimap he doesn't. I think he's spun quite bad as well, so Dan Man got past him and Oswegian got past him, but had he not done that, he would have probably taken us down the straight, I would have imagined. So thankfully he didn't. Eunice just going off there. You can lose it there. It has happened to me in practice, so it can be a bit of a tricky one. Here just showing that Oswegian is right up my ass again. Yeah, pit window is open, so we are going to go in that lap, I believe. But just showing here, Oswegian has a bit of a think about it, but then backs out at the last minute. So we're going to dive down in the pits. We are going to go for a wing change as well. Oswegian follows us in. I don't know whether that was planned or whether he was just going to sort of try and stick with me. Either way, probably a good decision from him. So we're just going to watch the pit times here.
Exit now.
It was an okay time. I mean, we had to fix the wing. I think in hindsight it was good to do, a good choice, but obviously Oswegian does get past us there. So coming on to the next lap, we're going to come down to the hairpin here, and
Safety car deployed. The
Safety car
has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Okay,
so yeah,
slow
first
down,
safety
slow
car.
down. Your delta is negative, which means
Rustico caught me up quite quickly. I don't know whether he was obeying the delta there, but he seemed to be a bit further up me than what I thought. Oswegian moving quite slow there. As you can see, there's a lot of time on our delta. As we just go past safety queue there, you can see I'm hesitant. I almost brake because I thought I was about to overtake it, and that was bad. Oswegian goes wide. I panicked a little here. You can see I'm not pushing because I thought I was about to get a penalty, an illegal overtake, because you're not supposed to overtake. So I wasn't sure what the go was there. Dog Ryan was obviously watching because he said, "It's fine, Robot. It's fine. Just go." So I went. Rustico took his place as well. So we're going to catch the safety car queue now, and yeah, sort of really resets the race.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I don't like the safety car reset. I spent all that time making sure, my tyres were up to temperature. Well, as best as I could get them. The rears can be a little hard. But then, because of the way the game and the system works, off the line at the restart, the tyre's bloody cold, and you'll see that here in a second. See, all cold. So all that heating up the tyres was for naught, but thank you very much, Hyped Up Gaming. We'll take that position quite nicely. I don't know whether he suffered cold tyres as well and just sort of put his foot down too quickly. I think a couple of people suffered. Suffered? Did I say suffered? Suffered from that. Eunice getting the blue flags there. It's a shame he wasn't able to try and overtake and sort of catch up with the safety car queue. Similar story for Stalking About, unfortunately. So game a little broken. We're confirming there that we're going to come in on lap 20 rather than lap 18. No major change there.
The gap behind us is
tyres are still cold, unfortunately. As we're going to see a bit of action up ahead in a moment. Just trying to get those tyres on. I'm not pushing too hard just to keep them warm. Dan Man binned it out of the race, unfortunately. Sorry about that, buddy. But coming on to lap 16 here, got the two Saubers going at each other. I think about making it 3 wide for just a brief second, but realise that's not going to work. And as Maserati takes over the position from Wire It Up, and we're going to try and make a move here at some point. I think we're about to see Maserati just lose it, and almost took me out. Yeah, puckered up my butt then, didn't I? So, yep, took the position from him nice and easily, and that's up us up into... I actually genuinely can't see what position that is. Position 6, I think. But I'm not sure. We've got DRS on Wired Up here now on lap 19, I think that is. Or 18, lap 19 or 18. And taking quite easily down the straight. But he comes back at us, trying to hang around the outside for a brief second, but managed to hold on, and that is P5 for the time being. I can read that one.
The gap to the car ahead is 9.0 seconds.
On lap 21, we're quite a few laps ahead now. Stalking About, I think, yeah, I'm not blaming Stalking About. I think the dirty air was a factor here, which unsettled my car. And as a result, I've crashed out. Probably didn't help that I've caught the grass as well, but now Rustico's gotten around me and we're down to P7. I was told by Jeff to pit the lap beforehand, and I said no. And it cost me. So Hyped Up is now in front of us again. So we're going to claw our positions back, unfortunately, down in P9 at the moment of a total, what is that, 13, 12? Got a couple of outs, unfortunately. On the lap, I think this is the last lap, actually. Yeah, this is the last lap. We managed to catch everyone up. It wasn't significant. It was because Hyped Up pitted. I was battling Rustico a lot towards the end of the race there. But we're going to come across the line in P6 for the Spanish Grand Prix. And you'll see here Hyped Up has managed to get around Rustico because he ran out of fuel right towards the end, but he was pushing and was only about, I think, 1.5 seconds behind me in the dying laps of the race there. So, yeah, well done to him. He's made it into the top 10, so congratulations. But congratulations to our top 3, which were Elusive for his first win of the race. Well done to him. He just had an outstanding race. Brado in, I think it was 2nd, yeah, and Markele, again, another strong driver, in 3rd. Mushu, unfortunately, not making podium. He binned it early in the race, unfortunately. Frame skipping from his computer and from the game, which is unfortunate. But Nostalgic Meep, I think, was in 4th. Yes, you'll see there, in 4th. So well done to him. Only losing 1 position from Quali. Strong race from him. Strong race from everyone. And we've got, oh God, Monaco next. If you thought Baku was a bloodbath, just wait for Monaco. I am just hoping to make it through to the end, to be honest. I do not care about position next weekend. But until then, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next week.